Hey, yo, we back at it again. It's your boy Ray's podcast, live from the ninth floor of the beautiful Hello Studios. We're in the gorgeous and beautiful downtown Dallas today. So blessed to be alive. Happy holidays to you and your loved ones. Hope you have a great holiday season. Man, thank you for tuning in to us again. We couldn't do this without y'all, man. We're so grateful and thankful for all of y'all. Pray that y'all have a blessed holiday season. This is Ray's podcast. We're based out of Dallas. So, the goal of our show is to highlight some amazing people that are doing amazing things in the city. Not only just in our city, just doing around the country too. So we got an amazing guest today. But this is your first time tuning in. Thank you for tuning in with us today or listening and watching us. Like I said, we're going to have a great guest on today. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Lyrically Correct, Extreme Travel, Elite Pro Power Washing. If you need some power washing needs, hit up Elite Pro Power Washing. Hit up my guy Austin. Tell him Ray sent you. If you're looking for the next great vacation, hit up Lit Vacations. My guys, they got you there. Tell them Ray sent you. Get that package. That next family reunion you need to do. Trying to do that destination wedding, just a quick getaway. Hit them up. Tell them Ray from Ray's podcast sent you. Lyrically Correct. The lyric trivia card game. If you think you know your lyrics, lyricallycorrect.com. Put in the promo code RayRay23. Get your 20% off all the copies. This holiday season. Okay. Again, if this is your first time listening or watching the Ray's podcast, thank you again. So what we like to do when we start off the show, we like to pour back into people. You take your time out to listen and watch us. We want to pour back into you. It's holiday seasons. People may be going through some things emotionally, mentally, maybe even spiritually. We just want to pour back into you. Maybe we need to hit Control Alt Delete on your day, your week, your month. Let's do that right now, okay? So, just in case nobody told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason, okay? Say you're stronger than you think. Whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through this. See, here on my show, Ray's podcast, I'm glad that you're alive and don't give up, okay? So when you keep those positive words in your mind at all times, when those situations do come up, you can be like, you know what? I am who I say I am. I can do what I say I can do. Whatever I believe, I can achieve. I know it sounds a little corny, though, but it's true. Manifestation is powerful, all right? So everyone have a good day, good week, and let's enjoy this episode. Bet. Let's get to it. So we got an artist in the building today. Shout out to my guy Smooth Vega. He linked us up.
Shout out Smooth.
Oh, congratulations on your award. For winning Public Figure of the Year at the Cosign Awards. Shout out to KG of Cosign Awards, too. So, but everyone give a warm Ray's podcast to the man in the building today. Everyone give a warm Ray's podcast welcome to Faaathom. What's up, my guy? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
See, the people, they love you already. You step in the building, they love you.
They turning up.
Man, appreciate you. Happy holidays to you, my friend.
You too, brother.
Thank you for taking your time out of your day to pull up on us.
Thank you for having us.
Introduce you to Ray's podcast, to our audience, man. So we're gonna hop right into it, man. Let's tell the people about yourself, who you are, what it is you do, and how you got in the great city of Dallas.
So my name is Faaathom, F3AATHOM. I've been making music since I was about, 12 years old. I'm 26 now, so it's been a long fucking time. For me, that's the long and short of it. Everything I am is music. I got to Dallas about a year ago. It's my second time living in Dallas, actually. I tried in 2019 and then went back to Pittsburgh, which is where I grew up, started doing all the music and stuff. And I realized it's a small pond over there, and I needed to go somewhere where it's a lot more movers and shakers, get some shit going,
Yeah, for sure. Dallas is definitely one of those markets that has its own niche. It's growing from everything from, you see what we're doing in sports here, entertainment, from movies, music. We finally have our own sound and our own identity. I think there's a lot of people that starting to get noticed out of here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of big time artists, here in the Dallas area. Shout out to my girl Tay Money, Cash Page, Yellow Beezy's, Trap Boy Freddy's, of course Erykah Badu's, back from my generation. I don't know if you're not from Dallas, but we have DSR, guys such as Big Tuck, Tom Tom, that whole crew. Little Pooch. I'm sorry, Mr. Lucci. I'm sorry, and all those guys. So I mean, you're definitely in a place to grow and spread your wings. All right.
For sure.
So when did you know in your mind, like, okay, I need to be in Dallas?
So in 2015, my dad, he works for American, so they did a merger, and they said, everyone that's in Pennsylvania, y'all either get a new job or you come to Dallas. So he went, then my mom went, then my brother went, and I was the only one left in Pittsburgh, so I was commuting back and forth to see everyone. And as one of those times I was over there, I ended up in the studio, working with different producers, hearing different kind of beats, and I was like, oh shit, like this is definitely a little more advanced than what I got going on back home. But with Pittsburgh, it just feel like if you're not already in the cool crew, no one's gonna mess with you. And if you're trying to build your own thing, then everyone's gonna be like, nah.
Yeah.
So I just said, if I'm gonna be fighting against starting from scratch, no matter what, why not go somewhere where I feel like I might have a little more opportunity to find new sounds, different things that aren't really going on over there.
One thing I can say about Dallas, and I say the South in general, it's always been a thing where everyone is willing to help each other, hop on each other's tracks. I feature on you, you feature on mine. As far as East Coast, I feel like it's I'm alpha.
It's clicky, yeah.
It's very clicky. We don't mess with you. I'm not willing to I'm willing to work with you. But you said something that kind of stood out to me. You talked about an advanced sound you heard here in Dallas. Okay, so what would you describe the difference between the sounds you hear here in Dallas versus out in Pittsburgh?
Man, Pittsburgh is probably like, it leans on a lot of like classic hip hop moments. Like one of the biggest songs we have out of Pittsburgh is Mac Miller's "Nike Is on My Feet." I think he sampled Lord Fubu for that. So that is definitely like 90s hip hop, 80s hip hop bleeding into modern day, or at that time, I think it was like 2014, that range of time, but it was still modernized then. Whereas here, I worked with Lone Star, worked with Pip, and both times, every time we do something, it feels like, oh, this is something I haven't really heard before. Like my voice paired with this kind of production is a whole new flavor that I didn't really experience till I started getting in that kind of zone with it.
Would you say probably the biggest song out of Pittsburgh is probably Black and Yellow?
Probably.
Probably the biggest song.
Or like Self Care by Mac. But it's like, if you're talking about like overall, Black and Yellow still plays at every sporting event. Like it's got generational value there, but just straight up song, in my opinion, I feel like Self Care is one of the biggest songs that we got out of Pittsburgh.
I gotta give a shout out to Wiz for We Them Boys, because we are still them boys. Shout out my Cowboys, we doing our thing out here. What would you describe your sound to? Completely
unique. I got an interesting voice. Like sometimes my voice is deep, sometimes I sing a little higher. A lot of time when we get in the studio, we'll describe, like Pip will ask me, what you want to make today? Something random adjective or something cute. And we often, that's what we call the sound. It's just because it's kind of cute. It's funny. There's not really a better word for it. It's dope though.
Hey, whatever works, my guy. Whatever works, my guy. Okay. So what do you feel like? You rap more? Are you melodic? Like what's your flow like?
It really depends. Like up until a couple weeks ago, I feel like I've been doing way more melodic stuff. And then I got home after work a couple days ago, and I just like, let me pull up some beats that I made and rap over just straight bars. Like, and that's what I went for. It wasn't no melodics on anything probably but the hooks, and outside of that it was just straight rapping. But so it really depends. I grew up on like listening to Eminem, Drake, and people like that really and Kendrick obviously can rap their asses off, but then they have different switches. Like Drake is like king of versatility. So like growing up, I saw, okay, this is a dude that can do everything and do everything really well, so I gotta at least try and emulate that. And that's probably what like was a big impact on me, like kind of developing in multiple areas.
Yeah, a lot of people give credit to Drake really for really modernizing that, that rapper singer flow. Mm-hmm. He wasn't the first one to do it, but he's the one that definitely took it to the next level. Then from him you have your Tory Lanez and all the other people that have came since then. But that's that versatility is always great, that you can able to I feel like you give people multiple things. It's not just the same thing.
It's not one fan you're going to want to talk to. Yeah. So you got to like have different languages that they speak. As long as you do it well, they're not going to hear that it's, oh, this is still him. Yeah. It still sounds like you.
Yeah, because, some people may want to hear, like, I want to hear something banging. Some people, I want to hear something like low and slow, It just depends on that person's mood. That's why I always tell people on the show, music is probably one of the greatest things ever because
True.
it dictates how you're feeling or how you want to feel.
Exactly.
Okay. If I want to get turned up, let me put on some ratchet stuff. Let me get some drill beats or something like that.
Some Future.
My lady coming over. I'm gonna get the champagne popping. Let me get some. Before I put some Drake on or something like that. Let me get
some slow.
Some R&B or something slow. Yeah. And so like if you're going, if you're sad, you want to listen to something. It's kind of put you in your feelings. So that's one thing. The power of music is such a powerful thing. All right. So let's talk about it. What was really your first big project?
I have made a ton of projects since I was my first project came out when I was 15, but it didn't make no waves because I was a kid rapping. But I think the most monumental project to me was when I put it out in 2019 called Moment of Vibrance. And up until that point, I was always so focused on if I'm making a song, it has to say something. I have to be lyrical miracle, all that shit. And then I realized I can just make some shit that just is fun to me. And that was like that turning point. Everything like clicked from there. I think from then on, I feel like I was able to really find my way with music. Yeah. But from before that, I was almost trying to rap to impress the people that I grew up listening to. And it was that's not all you want to do.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk to me about this project, Slipping. Talk to us about that.
So one of my biggest singles out right now, Slipping, it's a song that I actually remade from that Moment of Vibrance project in 2019. I did that last year. And we had just put it out early this year, and it's one of my favorite songs I've ever done. It's up-tempo, it's groovy. You're going to want to move to it, and it's just cool to see that song have that kind of power. Some people on TikTok have been doing dances too, and it's just dope.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. TikTok has always been,
True.
I think, a tool, people can use now to, kind of grow. I've got a couple of friends out here in the area. They've had a bunch of songs, people dance to it, and it just blew up.
It's over with after that.
So, shout out to TikTok. Also, PSA out there, if you're an artist, create content. You gotta always create content. Creating content is like the wheels to the vehicle. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna go nowhere without no wheels.
Nope.
So you gotta always post. When you don't feel like posting, you gotta post. You going through something, you post. You gotta post. You gotta copy. Keep
Find something to put up.
Yeah, you gotta keep.
Stay visible.
Going. Yeah. All right. So, I mentioned in the show, the start of the show, we got the holiday season coming up. Sometimes during the holiday season, a lot of people go through a lot of things emotionally and sometimes mentally. Talk to me about how are you able to deal with mental things, as far as mental health issues, like maybe depression, and how do you get through things?
I just try to focus on what I need to get done. I know that's not always the way for everyone, but knowing my problem and knowing my solution is how I kind of move through life. And I know that if I need to get to point B, what has to happen from point A for me to get there, that's going to fix this feeling or that's going to help this feeling. So I try to stay focused on what I got to get done.
Facts. Do you feel it's important to talk to someone sometimes when you're like, hey, I need to talk to somebody?
Absolutely. 100%. Because other than that, you're really just ping pong your own thoughts around in your head. You don't have a sounding board, so you're just echoing whatever you're already feeling. And that just kind of creates a negative loop. It's definitely good to talk to someone because they'll either kind of help you find clarity in that or they'll break you out of that loop. That's not what the situation is. Look at it this way. And that's sometimes all you need.
Have you had to deal with any major mental health issues yourself or family members that have had to deal with mental health issues? And if so, how did you get through that and how did you help them get through that?
Definitely. If my old music was still available, you hear it all throughout. It's just trying to find my place in the world, and how I kind of deal with that is, I guess it's something that's ongoing. It's always it's a never ending battle, but as long as you stay on your P's and Q's, you always come out on top. So like I said, I just stay focused on what I need to get done, what needs to happen for me to get to where I want to be, because that's what fixes the situation. And also taking time to really breathe and treat yourself. It's okay. If you're down, you are the one that's got to pat yourself on the back sometimes. That's all right. Look out for you.
Facts. I mean, sometimes I feel like there's nothing wrong with being down. Sometimes you just need to be down for a day, okay?
That's true.
You get it out your system. Sometimes you need to go sit in the corner and cry. Get it out.
Loaf on the bed all day. Yeah. Sometimes that fixes it.
It does. So just, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. They're like, all right, let's get back at it.
100%.
Round 2, okay? We got the holiday season here. What are your plans for the holidays?
Eat whatever my mom cooks. That's all I'm focused on. Get gifts for the people I couldn't last year and just make it a good Christmas.
What's your favorite thing that your mom cooks?
Ooh, so I'm Caribbean. My parents from South America, Guyana, And one of my favorite things that she can make, period, is peas and rice and some jerk chicken.
Okay.
That's top tier.
Man, I was in Jamaica. Was it last year? Yeah. Man, that's all we had was jerk chicken.
That's all you want.
It was amazing.
That's all you want. Because you'll get it like random places out here, but it's not the same. Like it needs that Jamaican hate in it, you know?
All right, man. All right, so for this, again, if you're first time listening to Ray Ray's podcast, or you're a pro, you're a vet of Ray Ray's podcast, we got this segment. It's called Slow Down. I just want to get to know you. Slow down. We just want to get to know you.
Yep.
This is where we kind of ask you some random, questions off the top of the dome. We don't know where we're gonna go. We're just gonna get there.
True.
Also got to mention that the Slow Down segment is brought to you by Lyrically Correct. Again, that is the lyric card game. If you think you know your music trivia, go to lyricallycorrect.com. Put in that promo code RayRay23 to get your 20% off all the copies they have of Lyrically Correct. Those will make good stocking stuffers or Christmas gifts. So go check that out. Shout out to my people, my family at Lyrically Correct. Happy anniversary to y'all for your anniversary of being around. And also check us out, my man Faaathom. We're going to see if he's literally correct in a little bit, y'all.
We're going to see.
Y'all see what he do with it, all right? So, before we move further, again, I want you to shout out all your social media platforms you want people to tune into and check you out, bro.
On every single platform, it's FAATHOM, FAATHOM, Faaathom. You're going to find me there on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream music from, wherever you want to watch videos from, you'll find me.
Okay. Cool. Let's kick the segment off like this. What makes you feel like your best self?
Finishing a song and then playing it back and going, oh shit. That's one of my favorite feelings. Like leaving the studio, I'll drive home so pleased and at peace.
Okay. Biggest influence in music?
Probably Drake. The versatility. Like I remember when I first heard Over, like that was like, this is crazy. I'm like 12 years old trying to rap in the mirror, like trying to get the flows, and it just didn't click in my head until later, but it was amazing.
Yeah. So would you say that's your favorite Drake song of all time?
No, my favorite, that's hard. I have a new favorite Drake song every project. Like right now, like I'm really, really huge on Virginia Beach because like that's one of his coldest intros. I don't care what nobody says, it's up there.
Yeah.
But also, Do Not Disturb was supposed to be a timestamp record, I'm pretty sure. And that probably would be my favorite, like, just overall if I had to pick one right now. Do Not Disturb.
Man, I don't know if I can ever pick a favorite one.
It's so too many. It's too many.
But I can say probably one of my favorite Drake verses was his verse on Recognize with P&D. Party Next Door. It was called Recognize. His verse on that. He's like, I'm waiting to give you this one-on-one, like your name, Katie Couric.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite Drake verses of all time.
Man,
so,
P&D, R.I.P. P&D.
P&D, when did he die?
Ain't he get shot in L.A.? Am I tripping?
Nah, you think about Pop Smoke.
No. P&D Rock?
Oh, no, you're thinking P&B Rock.
P&B,
You're P&B Rock. I'm P&D, Party Next
Door.
Door.
My bro. All right.
I'm going to say, wait a minute, bro. Wait, hold on.
I
had to pause the interview, bro.
And it's even scary because he had like that health scare a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah, Party Next Door, man. You need to make some new music, P&D.
I tripped out. Sorry, P&D. I'm glad you're still here, you know?
I'm glad you're still here. All right, man. Okay. So, what do you think is the greatest invention ever invented?
The greatest invention ever invented. You ever fuck with an air fryer? You ever get some old McDonald's and put it in the air fryer and it's back to normal? Yeah.
Man, I've done that with some old calamari.
That sound risky, brother.
Well, not old calamari. I mean, like, from, like, the day before.
Okay.
Not like, let's clarify that.
Not aged.
Not aged calamari. Like, from, like, okay, we went to dinner the night before.
Okay. That's valid.
Reheated calamari.
Reheated, okay.
There we go. Let's clarify that, yeah. That's probably one of the greatest things, too, because especially, like, if you don't want a whole bunch of grease and stuff like that, then sometimes a microwave, it just be hitting.
I don't do microwave, nothing. I throw everything in the oven. My girl gets mad at me because she'll ask me to reheat something. I'll be like, give me 15 minutes because I got to go in the oven because it's not going to be right out the microwave. I'm not doing that. It's just not going to be right.
All right, man. If you could take a song and say that it best describes your life, what song would you choose?
I actually don't know. maybe. At least as a kid, I used to think "Soundtrack to My Life" by Kid Cudi was like, oh, this is the perfect theme song. Like, I want to walk in the room and this plays in everyone's head. But that's the only one I could think of right now.
Okay. All right. So unless you've been living underneath a rock and I've been on social media, I'm pretty sure everybody didn't hear what's going on with Diddy. All right. Knowing all the stuff you know now about Diddy, if he came to you like Faaathom,
No.
say no more.
That's scary, man. That's the boogeyman now.
Hey, Faaathom, man, I got this deal for you. I'm gonna make you a star, my guy. Come on.
I used to do track in high school. You gonna see them wheels come back? No.
Man, you think all this stuff that's came out about him has diminished his reputation and his legacy?
It's the thing about allegations like that. Even if they're proven untrue, they're a stain no matter what. Like, people still brought that up about Kobe. I was too young to really know what's going on with that case, but it was proven that he did not do that, or the court ruled that he did not do that, and that stayed on his back for so long. Yeah. So this stuff, he settled that thing with Cassie privately. That always kind of leans to something happened. Yeah. So it's not really ever going to wash off Diddy's jacket.
Okay. So not just Diddy. I had a question for you. So not just Diddy. You know, we see these other artists that have a lot of allegations and stuff like that, producers. Is it possible to separate the allegations from the music?
It's hard to separate them. I understand people wanting to still listen to something outside of that because music is music, but like, I don't know. I have it's not really fair, but I draw a line depending on what the person did. Like, I won't put on no more R. Kelly, but like, I don't know. Like, that's a nasty man, bro. Like, I can't, like, especially when you think about what he was singing about in those songs and what he was doing in real life. Nasty work.
Man, you're 100% right. But R. Kelly stay in rotation still on my radio, bro. Hey, man, I'm talking about you be with your lady sometime, you know, something they just be hitting, bro.
Not like, the Pied Piper.
The Pied Piper, bro. He was leaving y'all breadcrumbs the whole time, yo.
Yuck, man.
But no, hey, man, like, probably some of your favorite gospel songs was probably written by R. Kelly.
And that's crazy.
So your favorite country song.
And that's crazy.
Pop song. Crazy. He wrote a lot.
Yeah, his pen is everywhere. A lot of hits.
I saw a video recently talking about the story he did making I'm a Flirt. I don't know if y'all don't know, the original version of I'm a Flirt was made for Bow Wow featuring R. Kelly. Bow Wow.
That don't even feel right.
No, if you, I'll find a video. I posted a link up somewhere. But Bow Wow wanted that to be his featured single for his album. That was the first song that he wrote. It was outside of JD. First song he did outside of JD. And basically, long story short, JD and them, they like, whatever, we're not feeling it. Mm-hmm. They kind of did R. Kelly wrong. So R. Kelly was like, bet, I got y'all. He re-released it and put remix on it and made it his own song and put T-Pain on it. It's a crazy story. I got to find the link to that video, but yeah.
It's crazy how many hits he has that just sound weird now. It's crazy.
I mean, the dude got lucky the first time because he dragged that situation out with their girl in court, so she got older.
The P1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, you think Common is like, hey, bro, like, you playing with fire now. Let's just, let's straighten our ways up.
You remember that Boondocks skit? Like, if I see P coming, I get out the way. Like, it's that simple, man. Like Riley made it. He broke it down. He broke it down. He's like, she said, man. She saw P coming. She stayed. What the fuck is you talking about?
Boondocks is a classic.
True.
Rest in peace, Pops. Man, that's such a great show. I still watch it. Like, when I just want to just laugh, I put on Boondocks.
Boondocks is still good.
Okay. Top 5 artists you want to collab with?
Drake, R.I.P. Mac Miller, but that was in my top 5. Break-ins, Aries. Maybe Thug or something. Maybe Thug. Thug's up there for me too.
Yeah. Okay. If you had a time machine and you could go back in time to any era, any period.
Can I go forward?
Sure.
Okay.
How much further would you want to go?
Where it's less racist. I'm not going backwards. I ain't gonna make it.
Facts, my guy. Man, I've never even thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, I end racism one white girl at a time. That's my goal.
Amen, brother.
That's my goal. I love all women, all colors. I'm determined.
Reparations. That's all that is. Reparations.
Reparations. All right. Okay. If they made a movie about you, all right, what actor would you want to play you in the movie?
Idris Elba.
Ooh, good choice. Good choice.
He's the coolest dude. I just watched Hijack. I was like, this nigga has the entire situation under control. Like, I believed it the whole time. He did, but it was just funny. Like, how does he convincing the hijackers to chill out? Like, he's giving them orders and they're listening. Like,
go ahead, bro.
Off the cuff. Go ahead.
Off the cuff, all right. What is your favorite thing to do? Like, what is your favorite hobby besides doing music?
I am huge into anime and manga and video games. That's like, I'm a nerd at heart. Like, that's what I'll be doing half the time.
Okay. What is the top 3 things you think about on a daily basis?
Money, anime, and getting more money. So probably it loops into the second and the third, you know?
That's only,
music.
That's 2. You got
music.
one. Okay, so anime, money,
music.
Okay.
Not in that order.
Not in that order. Hey, okay. So, when we wrap up these interviews, I have to ask a 2-part question, all right?
Okay.
First, if you could give any advice, no matter the subject, to anyone, what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, what do you want people to take away from the podcast you did with me today?
If I can give any advice to anyone, is focus on what you need. Make sure you're focused on what you need. A lot of things will get lost in translation. A lot of things that you'll feel like you owe yourself later in life that you should have did. Focus on what you need to get done, because you're the only one that's going to take 100% of your actions and your things into consideration. So you got to give yourself that. And hit me with the second part again. If anyone take something
what do you
away
want
from
to
this,
take away from the podcast you did today?
that Faaathom is dope and you should listen to him. I like to have fun. Come join me in the fun.
And shout out all their socials again one more time, and all where you can find all their music.
Faaathom, FAATHOM on everything. FAATHOM on TikTok, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, everything. You can find me there. New song out now, Slipping. Just keep running that up for me. Man,
I appreciate you taking your time out, come with us, reaching out to our audience. We greatly appreciate that. Make sure you follow him.
Mm-hmm. FAATHOM.
Shout out to Smooth Vega again. Appreciate you, bro. I start the interview with positive words, and I like to always end with positive word, all right? So at this point, I want you, kind of get your swag on. If you're in the mirror, check yourself. Rub your hands like Birdman if you need to. Tell yourself, I will boss up spiritually. I will boss up mentally. I will boss up physically. And I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself. It's your boy, Ray. Ray's podcast. Catch you on the flip.
Peace.
Get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink home. Get money all day.